All right, guys, what I've been advised to do is go right here. You can see we've got, they marked 4 foot here, 3 foot here, 36 inches, and then 30 here. So my water line needs to be 30 inches. So I'm gonna come right here. Of course, we got also a fiber optic right here going up to the house. So I'm gonna come right here and I'm gonna dig down past 30 inches here, come on this side of the line, dig 30 inches here, and take my bucket and start pushing that dirt off. And if I can get down to 30 inches right here, then I'm not gonna have to worry about that cable. We can just go across it. We haven't had a lot of rain and the ground is pretty hard. You'll see as I get down deeper that it comes out, real crumbly, and that's usually a sign that it's pretty hard. I've moved to the other side now of where that cable is marked. We're going to go down here 35 to 40 inches, and then that way I'll be able to start then just knocking this centerpiece off with the side of the bucket to get myself down to 30 inches and not hit that cable. Right here, some roots gave me a scare. I seen these brown things hanging out and wasn't for sure what they were, and they wound up being roots. Okay, I've gotten down on each side past 30 inches. I went probably about 35 to 40 inches deep on each side. And so now I'm just knocking the dirt off of that center piece. You see how I've got my bucket folded. That way, I'm trying not to run a chance, of tearing that cable. And so I'll knock the dirt over, just slide it over, and then I'll take my bucket and clean my ditch out. And then just keep doing that until I get that center section down to 30 inches, because that's as deep as I need to be so that water line can come across that. Starting my dig up at the water main now, and I'm heading back towards where that fiber optic line is, and we're going to have to cross that with the tractor. And going across that with this little small backhoe, because that ditch is wide, is a little tedious. Okay, I've reached my hole where that I did all that digging, to get down on that fiber optic. So now we're going to start the cross. You see how I've rolled my bucket up, and I'm just going to slide it across the ground, and I'm taking just very easy and slow here, and I've got also my riggers are down, they're dragging a little bit so as to keep me to where I don't turn over and flip over. To tell you that I like this Bx25D would be an understatement. I really am impressed with this tractor. You can see how dry the pile of dirt is on my right. This ground is just really hard and it's really dry. Now, some of you that are professionals, y'all would probably just zip right across this. But for me, and of course this tractor is small, you know, I'm just taking it slow and easy because I sure don't want to turn my tractor over and I don't want to get hurt. So I'm just creeping myself along over this ditch. Also, you can notice my bucket is still rolled up and I'm just sliding it across the ground. So I've got some resistance there, but that bucket is keeping my front end level. Also, it would be the right wheel if you're sitting on the tractor here in the back is going to be my first one to hit that ditch. So I've got my digging boom turned all the way to the right. It'd be the left if you were sitting in the seat, so that it's counterbalancing me a little bit and then just dragging that rigger along. You see that rigger right there holding into the side of that bank. I've just got it in the side of that bank. There's a company called AI2 and they make Kubota Bx accessories, and so I ordered these larger pads from them. And I tell you what, on this job here, this has been the first real job that I've done with them since I've had them on there. And man, I was thankful I had them on a job like this because I got a lot larger pad and footprint on the ground. You see again that larger pad holding down in that hole. If I had the factory pads on, I'd have really been limited on this job because they didn't hold much. Here I'm needing to reposition the tractor, and you do that a lot using your backhoe boom. But the thing that's making it a little difficult here is I've got so much pressure on that front bucket. I've got it rolled up and then a lot of pressure on it because that's what's keeping me stable and is really a safety factor that, you know, helps keep that tractor from tipping over, because both of my back wheels right here are over this hole suspended. And you see that AI2 pad holding in right there, that tire off the ground. I was really thankful that I switched to these AI2 large pads right here. Both of my back wheels are suspended over this ditch. Something some of you may not know about me is I was raised a lot on a farm. My granddad and my uncle were pretty decent sized farmers, and man, I loved being out there. Loved being on equipment, and they let me start driving a tractor at about 9 years old. And so I guess that's kind of where my love of equipment came from. And doing something like this right here is just, I don't know what to say to you. It's just something that is really a joy to me. I just really enjoy it. If I wasn't so loaded in rental property, and it just seems like I can't keep my work up with the rental property, and plus I have a lot of family members that want me to do work for them and stuff like that. And so if I didn't have all that, I would do this right here for a living. I just really enjoy this. I'd upgrade to a larger backhoe, a Kubota backhoe, and this is what I'd do for a living. Sorry about the color right here. The sun is really bright right now, laying low and coming in. So I don't know if that's what messed with my camera and made my tractor pink, but it is what it is. Sorry I didn't get the front bucket in the video here, but I'm turning it down where the blade of it will dig in the ground and hold me, where I don't have a chance to drag backwards and pull this pad off into the ditch. I'm taking the back of the bucket and pushing that dirt backwards because I've reached the ditch where I dug out for that fiber optic. So I don't want to drag the dirt into that ditch because it's already down to 30 inches. I don't want to do any more digging in that ditch and run the risk of hitting that fiber optic line. So I just take the bucket and push that dirt backwards and then scoop it out. And also, I'm in an area that, you know, you just don't grab those joysticks and just go to digging and scooping and pushing, because I am in the area of where that cable can be. The company that has this fiber optic laid in here, they have been super nice. They have come out and met with me a couple of times. We've really went over where this cable is, how deep it is. While I was doing this dig, I called in. I had a little bit of a scare. Thought I might have gotten into that cable. It wound up just being some trash that had fell in. 4 guys came out. They hung around. They have just been really good to deal with. Well, I'm across the area where the fiber optic line is. Never got close to it, I don't guess. Didn't hit it. Everything's A-okay. And so now we're in an area that we can kind of dig on and push on towards the house to where the water is going in. Guys, I thank you for watching. I appreciate it greatly. And please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell button, and I'll see you on another video.